Hey everyone, I got something cool today. I got this Jodah the Unifier Surprise Party deck. I built it and I absolutely love playing it. It's so cool because it has like this many legendaries in it, just every one of them. You never know what you're going to get. And we're going to talk about it really quick. But first I want to talk about our sponsors. I love that transition. So we got to give a huge shout out to Moxfield. These guys have been supporting us for almost a year now, and we are absolutely in love. It is the premier deck building website on the entire internet. It's free. It's got so many good different integrations. It's got Scryfall integration, EDH, Rec, TCG player, whatever you want. It's right there at your fingertips. There's a million incredible features and the best support from their Discord and from their Twitter and stuff. So go on over, make an account. It's free. Also, I want to thank ALTERSLEEVES and Mythic Frames. Every month from us, either from our Twitch subs or from our $5 Patreon, you get a free ALTERSLEEVE done by our amazing artists we work with, Bearded Tales of Woe. It'll be like a CEDH staple with like a cool horror, gory movie poster kind of vibe to it. We've been putting them out every month, and they're absolutely incredible. You can catch us live on Twitch on Tuesdays and Fridays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Fridays, or Saturday at midnight Eastern. You got Chillax and Mundar with Cyrus and the reoccurring gang. Thank you guys so much. Let's jump back over there and talk really quick about Jodah the Unifier. So this deck is called Jodah the Unifier because it truly unifies the table against you. If you are playing this deck, expect to be arch enemy. It is absolutely cracked. We're going to talk really quick about our mana base. So we've got an Exotic Orchard, a Mosswort Bridge, and then a whole bunch of just dog shit lands. Just tapped tri-lands, Rupture Spires, and then we get a whole fistful of basics as well. Just the whole, like 2 or 3 of each basic. Then we're going to get into some mana-producing stuff where legendaries matter. We've got Relic of Legends, Honor Warrant Shaku, and a Bard class. Bard class is pretty good. It only doesn't help everything, especially when your stuff is random. But we've also got the whole suite of diamonds, Sisay's Rings, Stone Speaker Crystal, Chromatic Lantern's going to do some fixing, Firemind Vessel, a couple of talismans and signets. I found that most of the important cards are in Selesnya, so I threw those 2 in, and just more diamonds. So we've got the whole suite of diamonds and a lot of tap rocks. This was originally built to be a budget deck, so that's why the mana base and the fixing base is really, really hinky. We've also got a Decanter of Endless Water. Then we're going to get into some size matters stuff. We've got to Traverse the Outlands, a Soul's Majesty, and a Return of the Wild Speaker. Once Jodah and maybe 1 or 2 other creatures hit, your biggest creatures are going to be like 8 drops. So all of these are going to net a massive amount of ramp and a massive amount of cards. We absolutely love them. Garruk's Uprising is another size matters card. Everything that hits, by the time Jodah and 2 or 3 things come out, everything that hits is going to draw you a card off of this. So basically, you cast a spell, you cast a legendary. If it's a creature, it's going to refill your hand. So these cards all are replacing themselves at this point. We've got some big ramp as well, so we can speed out as many creatures as possible. And what I love is that some of this big ramp is going to be legendary. So you're going to hit these, and they're going to trigger Jodah and maybe get you another ramp spell or another legendary creature. Great Henge, again, is going to refill or replace cards when you're casting creatures because that's on ETB. It's either on cast or ETB, and they're all doing something, but on ETB, this is going to be drawing you cards as well and making them bigger. Chromatic Ori is incredible fixing, as is Timeless Lotus and Giganta. Mirari's Wake and Mana Reflection speak for themselves, right? We've got some legendary staples that I just keep in the deck. Urza's Ruinous Blast is a great board wipe. This is some great removal and recursion. Kamal's Druidic Vow is great, but it gets countered. But geez, imagine dropping it for 14 and speeding out 10 things. The Prismatic Bridge is great because it basically does what Jodah's doing once a turn, and a Hero's Podium is going to double Jodah's Super Anthem. It's basically a coat of arms for legendary, and Hero's Podium doubles it. So oftentimes your creatures are getting into 20 plus range. A Warstorm Surge is going to be a great closer because these creatures are hitting, like I said, for 8, 9, 10 apiece when they're entering the battlefield. Joyver's Familiar is going to help us reduce cost a little bit there. Vega the Watcher is going to be drawing a card every time we do that second Cascade cast. Yoshimaru and Rograk are in there to have a 0 and 1 drop, because once you're hitting the 2-3 range with the legendaries you cast, you're going to want something to always hit. So that's 64 cards plus Jodah, and what that allows us to do is have a suite of all of these legendaries that I will literally shuffle up and pick randomly and count out 35 cards, and it's going to be stuff that it was just chilling in my binder over here. So you can see this this brew station here. This is all full of multicolor legendaries. I just ripped through it and ended up picking some of my favorite stuff and some garbage too. So there's some real hits in here and there's some real stinkers. Let's just look at these 5 off the top, 6 off the top. We've got Archelos, Krydell, Ajani, Braids, Alora, and Josu Vest. So there's some real hits and some real stinkers, and they represent a full suite of different CMCs as well. So you're going to be seeing stuff from all over. You can see Kami up top here, but we can just keep going through these. And what's amazing is as these are all hitting, the Planeswalkers aren't adding to that Urza, that lovely Urza anthem that he gives to everybody, but they are making all of these things just absolutely massive, and it could be anything. These cards are all over the place. The Planeswalkers I'm iffy on because they don't add to the anthem, but the rest of these are just, it's just wild pile. So you never know what you're going to get. It's a total surprise party, and you can see some of these are just absolute bombs. Some of them are total stinkers, but they're all really funny. We've got some 1-drops in there, some 6-drops, just some artifacts, just the whole mix. It's mostly creatures though. So we shuffle in 35 of those and we get to town, and honestly, this thing is, with the bad mana base and with randoms, it's still closing out casual games. I'm having an absolute blast playing this as a battle cruiser mechanic. It's a lot of fun. It gets people freaked out, and this guy is called Jodah the Unifier because he turns the whole table against you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled for some awesome videos in the future. Let me know in the comments what decks you want to see next. Thank you guys again, and be safe out there.